way it does. So that's an important boundary for Sri Lanka. At the 6th over and the power play, it's 55 without loss.
Just the start that Sri Lanka would have hoped for. Kusal Mendis and Patrick Nissanka bringing up 55 in the power play. No wickets yet for India. A chase of 214. That's the platform they would have required.
Two very similar bowlers, of course. You could see Akshar Patel far more craftier the way he bowls. He changes up. Bishnoi looks a little bit predictable with the way he bowls. Wrong uns, tends to fire the ball in. But yes, you're right, 55 in 6 overs is a solid foundation as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. It's about how they build on this. Straight over the bowler's head, he splits the gap. It's a good start to the over.
This is refreshing for Sri Lanka. They're trying to get out of the spinners, which is such a wonderful idea. This time around against Ravi Bishnoi, the first delivery this over, he smashes it. He hits it straight over the bowler's head, straight into the side screen there. At times I feel, Roshana and Abhinav, when you're up against such a big score, big target, you tend to discover yourself as a batter, as a batting unit.
See, that's more the lengthy balls. The previous one was bowled slower and tossed up. Bishnoi generally pushes the ball through quickly. But just on the Sri Lankan batting, they've come up with a different plan here. Just 6 specialist batters and an all-rounder. Generally, they would go with the extra batter. So it's important that at least 3 of the batters batting deep and the others batting around them. And more runs, more runs. That's the problem with Bishnoi. He gives so much of pace on the ball.
Generally the easiest over to bowl, the 7th over, and Bishnoi is leaking runs. First one was a good shot, this one down the leg side. Given runs again. And India looking a bit desperate here, in search of a wicket.
And they need a wicket here. They definitely do. Sri Lanka, on the other hand. Oh, that time the wrong one that's given. That's the one they're after. He's referred it though. So let's see.
TV umpire director, we have a player review for LBW. Non-field decision is out. I've checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Please start the front on speed vision. On speed vision coming up. Appears to pass close to the bat. Give me alteration please to confirm whether there is any bat involved. Ultra is building up Ravi. Stand by.
Okay, stand by. Up to. Well, up to.
Alfred coming out. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it back, please. Just roll it back a little bit.
Now,
Okay,
the naked eye.
Clear spike in the
think
back.
there is an inside.
Bat. Give me the on-field umpire, please. Ravi, I recommend that you change your decision from not out to out to not out.
Now, with the naked eye, I didn't think there was an inside edge, but that was a picnic. Excellent review by Kusal Mendis. He's playing him like an off-spinner. He's just looking to sweep him.
And that's the right way to do it also. Normally, Ravi Bishnoi brings the ball in. If you look to play him like an off-spinner, you're much better off. And the only giveaway is when he bowls it slow in the air. That's the one that holds and goes straight.
Dr. to end the over. 65 without loss, 7 overs done. And by the way, this is the highest opening partnership for Sri Lanka this year in T20Is.
India is growing massively and the whole world is investing here. Investment plans on policybazaar.com give up to 22% returns. Invest 18,000 rupees a month and get up to 2 crore rupees. Invest in India. Invest on policybazaar.com.
Very close to the India worm, the Sri Lankan worm, right behind. 65 without loss at this stage. India look like they need to bring in their 5th or 6th bowlers at this point. They've got a few options. Hardik, Riyan Parag can roll the arm over. We saw Jaiswal bowling a bit of leg breaks. And in comes Hardik Pandya.
Goes over cover, in fact over backward point. Feeds him with a short and wide delivery. And Kusal Mendes enjoyed it.
It's all about space in the end. There's far too much given to the right-hand batter here. Hardik Pandya, first up delivery from him. No fielder. Behind the inner circle, an easy shot for Kusal Mendes.
He has this uncanny ability of picking up wickets. Hardik Pandya can rush the batter as well. Big side boundaries here in Palekele. You expect a short ball or two from Hardik Pandya.
That followed it. They're running hard. They run one. They come for two. Brilliant running. Brilliant cricket.
Very calculated. Both these openers here for Sri Lanka this time around. Plays this softly and gets that double. Hardik Pandya had a fabulous World Cup campaign. Played a big role in India's victorious campaign in the World Cup. As a batter, as a bowler.
Face off that time. See, one thing that we've seen with the Indian seamers and the Sri Lankan seamers at the top has been the lines they bowl. There was so much of width with the Sri Lankan bowlers bowl, but the Indian seamers were very, very strong in tight. But Hardik started off with the delivery that was short and wide. It's about width, where the batters have just started to enjoy.
And we've found the going tough as the ball gets older as well. Maybe that's a ploy. Banging into the pitch hard. The throws from the deep are coming in. 1 bounce, 2 bounce.
Again, another single. The Sri Lanka innings have started off a little bit slowly. The two openers with some really good seam bowling, and then gradually started to expand their stroke play, looking to be aggressive, bouncing on loose deliveries, short deliveries, and using the power play, using the field restrictions, using the width as well.
Just with the World Cup ending a couple of months ago, this is about the time as an Indian fan you'd be thinking, where is Bumrah? Because every single time India need a wicket, he was called upon.
Possibly can't have him all the time. Arpinav, isn't it? What a role he played for India in the World Cup. Jasprit Bumrah. Rohit Sharma is a go-to bowler all the time. Be it with the new ball in the middle over, in the death overs, there's only Bumrah and no one else. And it delivered all the time.
You can never have another Bumrah, but I think India has enough depth. There's no doubt, but that's what they're very rich in terms of the depth they carry with their batting or bowling. Oh, beautifully played, beautifully executed. 12 runs in that over. Sri Lanka, 77 without loss, 8 done.
This has been a great start from Sri Lanka, 77 without loss. A Hardik over resulting in 12 similar shots coming off Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendes' bat. short. And that's exactly what Kusal Mendes does really well. Had to jump to get to that ball, but gliding it beautifully, understanding the field. This has been a quality chase from Sri Lanka. The end of the first innings, if you thought that India would be firm favourites, Sri Lanka have come in. They've shown why. New captain, a tournament full of T20 stars, and these two were in the top 5, 4 and 5 the list in the LPL. Opening batters played together for the last 3 weeks. They're showing their understanding. Arshdeep Singh's back. And so is Russell Arnold and Robin Uthappa.
What a start indeed this is for Sri Lanka. Nisanka riding on his initial form in the LPL. Kusal Mendes in his latter form of the LPL. Beautiful stuff. Just what the doctor ordered for Sri Lanka. Great intent. Great match awareness. Russ. 98 for 2 India were at this stage. Towards the last few overs, Patirana, because of the wickets that he did take, pulled India back. But if you're looking for a start, if you're looking for some belief, this is the type of start you want.
Arshdeep Singh being brought back. Try and pick up a wicket. Surya Kumar Yadav having his challenges once again in terms of rotation of bowlers.
With the required rate already close to 12, it's not exactly the wicket. If he can get a good tight over in, the pressure will build. His economy, pretty good, but most wickets since 2022, Hasaranga and Rashid Khan ahead. It has been a great find for India.
Short and smashed. Kusal Mendes making the most of the pace on that occasion. Oh, Robin Uthappa, we're all as excited as you.
Oh, that was a fantastic shot. When you see a very good cricketing shot, it just makes everything right, doesn't it? Watched the ball so well. Onto the bat, picked it up, helped it on its way. Thank you very much. I'll take 6 more. Says Kusal Mendes. Brilliant batting this. It's a shot that he works, plays really well. Gets down on the back knee and the bat from down to up. His favoured shot, and the moment he starts playing that, and also the slog sweep against the spinners, you reckon Mendes is in a good zone, a zone you'd like him to be.
In the air, is that an opportunity? Yes, it is. Yashasvi Jaiswal makes no mistake. The move to bring back Arshdeep works like a dream for India, and Sri Lanka lose their first.
Great response this from Arshdeep Singh. Continue to hit the deck, but this time more towards the off stump. And Kusal Mendes still trying to pick the ball up, going from down to up. It was a knuckle ball into the wicket. And this time in front of the wicket because he couldn't use the pace. And nicely cleaned up there deep wicket. I think it was Yashasvi Jaiswal. The variations, the change of pace does for Mendes, was looking so good. He goes for 45, 84 for 1.
You're a small business owner. You don't have time to waste. That's why you go to Biz2 Credit for funding. Our simple application makes it easy to get fast financing. Time for funding? It's time for Biz2 Credit.
India is growing massively and the whole world is investing here. Investment plans on policybazaar.com give up to 22% returns. Invest 18,000 rupees a month and get up to 2 crore rupees. Invest in India. Invest on policybazaar.com.
The value of a trip is not in the miles traveled, but in the memories made. Laughter with loved ones, awe-inspiring views, exotic destinations. Chico Air opens up the world of travel for all travelers.
We've seen him a lot opening the batting. The new role in this T20I comes in at number 3 in the 9th over.
He's in good form in the LPL, and that's why he's here. He's now actually in the T20 World Cup. Looks a bit high, but the
swelling umpire signals it's below the waist. Just a single off the mark.
I reckon that's the hardest ball in T20 cricket at the moment. Because we're so set up to smash every ball. When that full toss comes, we try extra hard as batters. So Pereira, 66 innings, 1,678 runs, a healthy average, 1350s as well.
From over 7 to 15, with the LPL, he had a strike rate of 199. Finding the middle of the bat very often indeed.
That's smashed from London Nissanka. Ends the over with a bang. 14 coming off it. 91 for 1 Sri Lanka.
Talk about smacking him out of the park. He got all the screws out of that one. Beautiful shot from Bottom Nissanka. Dismissed it from his presence.
He's not a tall lad. Hence, the cross-match shots are a lot easier to play. Just a transfer of weight, and he's able to get onto it. 2 sixers in the over. One to Nissanka, one to Mendes, but also a wicket. An eventful over. Again, the knuckle ball, but that's to Nissanka. That's a wonderful hit.
And this age of T20 cricket, I always think 2 sixes, 14 run over on a wicket. Slight misfield from Hardik will take the single. What would you take, gentlemen? 14 run over without a wicket, or sorry, 6 run, 7 run over, or 14 run over with a wicket?
Depends on whether I'm batting or bowling.
That pickup shot was just phenomenal from Bottom Nissanka. It wasn't too short, but he just picked up on that knuckle ball. He was watching the ball like a hawk. Just dismissed it from his presence. Oh, this is what you gotta love about cricket when batters play shots like this.
Dr. Nissanka has made his intent very clear, even after the loss of that wicket. Width again. 2 fielders. A quality stop from Yashasvi Jaiswal. Saved a certain boundary at the sweeper covers.
Unbelievable. That was travelling, and so was Jaiswal across the grass. But then he had to time the dive. Timed it so well. Look how he gets one hand to it. So far, the difference between the two teams has been the fielding. Sri Lanka were clumsy. They put down chances. But India, for that matter, saving themselves runs.
Right on the button there. Shot again, this time no width giving. Again, you don't have to bowl to a shot for it to be a shot ball to Nissanka. Could be good length and he'll still probably pick it off, keep the wicket with a cross-batted shot.
Just the 5 bowlers used for India. Hardik Pandya being the 5th bowler. The option of Riyan Parag still there with the left-handers to come. Bowls off break.
Relief for Sri Lanka. They've seen off Siraj's new ball spell. The last couple of times they came up against Siraj, of course in the 50-over format. Well, let's not say much about it.
I was waiting to use that till we got to Colombo, Russell. For the one-days. Good running from Nissanka. Would have been close if he had hit. Hardik Pandya didn't come to the stumps. But 2 runs stolen on that occasion.
And he can be a handful. Mohammad Siraj with a new ball, especially when there are 2 new balls going on in the game. He's annoyed more than a few good batters, even in domestic cricket back home, when he bowls with the white ball. Red ball can be even more annoying. Just keeps it quiet from one end. It's going on and on and on. Just got to keep leaving till he gets frustrated.
It's still early days in terms of both captains, but I was listening to the press conferences yesterday, and Asalanka said, want to be expressive, want to play with freedom. And that's exactly what the Sri Lankan batters have come out and done.
Yeah, they certainly have. I think the first 6 overs, Lanka even generally not the quickest in the first 6 overs. He just averages a strike rate of 109. Today, after the second or third over, was actually showing absolute intent to score as many boundaries as possible. And continue to bat in that way tonight. Put pressure consistently on the Indian bowlers. Change in field here. Short mid wicket goes back to deep mid wicket. And fine leg comes inside the ring.
Again, that off cutter from Hardik Pandya. Better over this time around, 8 coming off it. The halfway stage, it's 99 for 1.
Quite right, 11.5 for the last few overs. They've been managed.
Guy like him, because in international cricket, bowlers tend to bowl more back over length, and that length for him is a great pick-up shot length over the leg side. So for someone like him, I'd rather have him come inside the line of the ball and access the leg side as much as he can. Even short fine leg, backward square leg, in front of mid wicket, all areas to access if he comes in front of this, in line with the stumps.
Bullet through. Hundreds on the board. Bishnoi. He's hopping around because. Oh boy. Jeez. But good effort from Pandya. Quickly up on his feet and getting rid of it.
They're talking about staying beside the line of the ball. It's almost become the norm, especially with opening batters. Look at Travis Head, you look at Fraser McGurk. Even Yashasvi Jaiswal tends to stay beside the line of the ball. It's a very repeatable technique, and it's great to see Nissanka almost trying to better his strike rate.
Frees up your hands a lot more.
Boundary. Bishnoi is good against the left-hander. And he gets that. Stays leg side of the ball and thumps it over cover. The boundary after 11 balls. Sri Lanka 106 for 1 after 11.
ये है क्रैक्स बिगीज साइज में बिग विद
And Surya Kumar Yadav just looking to finish off possibly the 5th bowler quota. Hardik Pandya getting 2 overs back to back.
So you say that because it would be taxing on Hardik?
Rohit Sharma used him very differently, let me put it that way. He kept a couple of overs for the start of the death overs in the World Cup. He used to bowl him at 16 or 17, just after the Bumrah over. Wide the crease this time, but that single brings about the 50. In fact, he'll come back for the second, a direct hit. It results in a boundary. It could be 6. We might just have to wait for the umpire's signal.
But for now, while we check that, let's celebrate another half century to Pathum Nissanka. That's his 11th. Third against India. It's been a quality knock, striking at 150.
Run out. Umpire Ruchi is in. Can you give me this side on angle, please? Roll it. Keep rolling it. Batsman has made his ground before the wickets are put down. I have addition for the giant screen.
There you go. Giving not out. He was in by a country mile. Half century then. 6 runs added to the Sri Lankan total. Now we need to check one more matter here.
Not cross.
Because if you're adding 5 or 6 runs, comes on the fact is when did the fielder release the ball? Had the batters crossed? So if they've crossed, it's 6 runs. And Sri Lanka get a little bit of a breather. The last few overs were tight from the Indian bowlers. And that is the thing about intent here. The intention is to score boundaries. You're always going to keep the bowling team under pressure.
Just a reconfirmation that when the throw was released by Rinku Singh, the batters should have crossed. And that's what they're checking for at the moment.
So on those pictures, they've crossed. So it should be 6 added.
Yeah, it should be 6 runs. Correct.
2 plus 4 added to Pathum Nissanka, because he's the one who played the ball. Yeah, the scores have been changed there. It's gone, moves to 54 instead of 52.
Just waiting for official confirmation whether it's 5 or 6. There's 5 given initially by the on-field umpire. I think the TV umpire is having a look.
Now if your thoughts go back to the World Cup final a few years ago, 2019 in England, that was the situation. Oh, they've decided that they hadn't crossed when Rinku Singh released the delivery or released the throw, and hence it's 5 runs.
Oh, that's poor. That's very poor. They certainly did cross each other when the ball was released by Rinku Singh. Otherwise, he would have been out if they hadn't crossed.
Just the eventual result, I'm just waiting for India to win by 1 run.
I'll tell you, Abhi, if India win by 1 run, we and everyone coming here would have had a fabulous evening, that's for sure.
We're already having a fabulous evening, Russell. It's been absolutely fascinating cricket played by both sides.
It's a packed house here. Palikele, beautiful. People are standing on the embankments, like shoulder to shoulder, and it's a packed house here. You gotta love the enthusiasm of the Lankans, always supporting their side.
Just the single this time around. Bowled at pace from Hardik Pandya. dictating his field at the moment, wanting a leg side heavy field for the left-hander. Surya Kumar Yadav has to think about other options.
So he brought Arshdeep for a wicket. Now where does he go? Does he go to Arshdeep for another? Does he need another wicket here? What's Surya Kumar Yadav thinking?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, in a bilateral series, there's no harm in trying out Riyan Parag. We've seen him bowl a few overs. He bowls in domestic cricket regularly for stateside Assam. This is the stage to bring him on. The left-hander in the middle, an opportunity. Attempt from Surya Kumar Yadav. Doesn't get his hands to it. Will result in 2 for Nissanka.
Again, backing away, choosing to go over the offside. Was it a slow ball? Yeah, he just rolled his fingers over it and just fell slightly short of Surya Kumar Yadav. Did attempt to go in front, but realized he's not going to get there.
He gets enough behind the ball though. Many occasions Sri Lankan fielders failed to do that and boundaries were conceded. Now he's trying to go over the offside because Bidol is in the circle. On the leg side, the three are on the boundary.
That's what Robin Uthappa was mentioning. Tries to stay leg side of the ball, gives himself room. Hardik Pandya outfoxed him on that occasion, pulling it wider.
Now just imagine for a moment, gentlemen, if he came inside the line of the ball in the last 2 deliveries. What the previous ball would have been more on the leg side. He has shot by leg in, possibly a chance to clip it away for 2 at least. And then this ball again, back of a length, which would have been slightly pull shot available to him. He could have pulled it maybe in front of square, and maybe in front of the square leg there. Maybe 4. Exactly what I was talking about. Stand where you are, allow the bowler to bowl into you so that you can utilize the field. Exactly what Nissanka does on this occasion.
I'll tell you what, Sri Lanka getting closer and closer, down to 2 digits what they need. 95 now. They can keep this going, this partnership for a couple more overs. Certainly the pressure will be on Surya Kumar Yadav and his decision making from now on.
Cut away, finds the fielder. But a misfield results in a single. Nissanka will keep strike. The end of 12, it's 120 for 1.
A boundary for Nissanka. And the partnership getting stronger. Nissanka this time around, first delivery from Akshar Patel, uses the pace of the ball, plays it very well. Above the infield, gets a boundary. Maintaining that momentum. So the pressure is building up on the Indian bowling side.
Tries in the cap once more. It's another boundary. Sri Lanka on the charge.
That also against Akshar Patel was extremely frugal, but this time around it is Nissanka who is taking him apart. This time on the one side. Flat back, toe in the right gap, gets on the boundary.
This is outstanding batting by Sri Lanka, particularly batting Nissanka. Now he needs to kick on, he needs to carry on. So important that he's in now 86 of 46.
6-9.
Needed to be a director to cause any sort of issues, but at the moment they're a long way behind in the boundaries, Sri Lanka, from what India managed. But they're ticking the scoreboard over.
key has been the way they have run, the way they have just got those tools and working the gaps, maneuvering it.
Still have wickets in hand. A direct hit. That's what was needed. India lost wickets in cluster. In the death overs, Pathirana. And that really put some shackles on the Indian run rate.
Swung away once more at the moment. Top ball feels like gold for India. Now into the 130s. Another over with double digits. Under pressure, Akshar Patel. It's been all Nissanka.
Really clever here. Very clever batting. They got 11 in the over. 131 for 1.
Back from him. And I think the Sri Lanka side, they need a stable opening batter. And that's what Nissanka has provided the Sri Lankan side. Swung away. Over the leg side. Does it go all the way? Not have to chip.
Well, this is brilliant batting. At the corresponding stage, 13 overs, Sri Lanka 131, India 146 for 2. They're checking the boundary here. Right, so Atum Nissanka has been very good with his square shots. It's hit on the, I think it's hit on the full. It didn't bounce, it's on the full. What do you reckon, Sama?
That's a tough ball for me, Roshan. But if it hits the skirting straight up, then that should be a 6. What is remarkable of Nissanka's innings is the way he has batted, he's played the field. Let's watch this again.
It's tough, isn't it? I'm commentating with two gentlemen with one eye. Yeah, I'm with you though. I think that's gone all the way for 6. I'm completely honest. I think it bounces. Gives the impression that it's bounced short and then hits the boundary and jumps straight up. I think that's just the bottom of the triangle. Well, I think in the last couple of overs, there was like 5 or 6 over the maybe India got away with a run on that occasion. This will be a fascinating decision. And I think you can just see the board moving.
Interesting. I thought it hit the bottom of the skirting. The question is, did it bounce just before it touched? Yes, that's what I thought.
He managed quite well with one eye. He just into it, Roshan.
Yes, I think we did.
We get the right decision in the end, but both of them, don't you? It'll be a top ball 50 partnership coming up with that 6 as well. And Sri Lanka has certainly shown everybody that their top order, by and large, coming in with some form behind them in the LPL. They are a match for India. Another look at that big 6. So are you concerned at all with perhaps the lack of balance in this Indian side? They've only got the 5 bowlers, of which Hardik is the 5th. Sudu Kumar Yadav has had to, it's not been 4 overs in a row,
it's been pretty close too. And Hardik has gone, well, he's approaching the 40s.
Generally, Scotty, in Indian bowling lineup, you have Hardik Pandya as your sixth bowling option. So that gives that kind of cushion to the captain. This time around, Sky and Gautam Gambhir, they have gone ahead with only 5 bowling options here with Hardik Pandya as a fifth bowler. So one can see the pressure. But these are still early stages, and I think India will look to build on this. They may need to rework on their balance.
This is one of these situations where a lot of the talk has been about the legends, which are Rohit and Virat. However, of course, Jaddu, Ravindra Jadeja, has given away the T20 internationals as well. Wow, brilliant.
That's a good point you touch on here, Scotty. I think without Ravindra Jadeja, now it is Akshar Patel who has to step up. So for that matter, this is such a big series for him. He is your main left-arm spinner in the lineup now, a main spinner. So Akshar has gone for runs today, 29 from 3 overs. So he is under pressure. So I think this is such a learning curve for even Akshar Patel. He's without Ravindra Jadeja. Normally you look at Ravindra Jadeja, either he does the bowling in the power play or Akshar Patel. But this time around, the Indian captain, the Indian team is looking up to Akshar Patel to deliver and get wickets.
I wasn't even really meaning about the bowling. I'm thinking from the batting perspective as well. Spain, nothing happens. They'll get another single. Think of the Indian side here today. You've got Rinku, Riyan Parag, Rishabh Pant, the skipper, of course, as well, and the 2 openers. None of them bowl. And yes, Riyan Parag is a part-time spinner, but Jadeja's a frontline bowler and can bat in those similar positions. Can come in at number 7. And then all of a sudden you've still got the same finishing, closing power, but the 6 bowling options. And you don't quite get caught as much as Surya Kumar Yadav is looking like he's stuck with those 5 bowlers and he hasn't got anywhere else to turn. That's powerful, should be up though. Put down. Personally, very good fielder. And the dropsies from both teams continues. Is that the moment? The catch goes down, the end of the 14th, 140 for 1.
एक परफ्यूम्स पे देना मुझे डिस्काउंट के बाद
positions here very quickly and then plays it so well. Dealt it nicely here by Kamendu, following the same trade as the other left-hander, Kusal Pereira.
It's brought about a change of field too. That man goes back now to in the extra cover. Region looks to go there, and he has. That is beautifully played.
A couple of mandates in the LPL has been very good, particularly from the 16th to the 20th over. His strike rate has been 228. So obviously that's an area, that's a little phase that he enjoys batting. And he started off well here. Back-to-back boundaries.
If they can convert this into a big over, Sri Lanka will definitely be back in the game. Back with his run chase on.
Through the leg side, no timing. Just as well. And that's the problem. We saw India lose 2 wickets and 2 balls, and we thought maybe that just would stall the innings, but it didn't. It was early enough that they could regather and certainly put Sri Lanka back under pressure. But this late in a run chase, needing 13 runs and over, you lose your 2 set batsmen. More often than not, it can be a problem. Kamundu's done well.
It is going to be a challenge for both Arshdeep and Mohammad Siraj to finish off this innings, because generally that's the time that Bumrah steps in. These are the last 4 overs going to be uncharted waters for both the pace bowlers. Arshdeep has done that, not Mohammad Siraj.
Top edge. This should be another wicket. Straight down the throat. It's simply taken in the outfield. The spinners have done the job in the last 2 overs. Bishnoi this time. And it's Asalanka, the man who has to go.
As the captain who has to depart here, goes for the sweep shot, upish in the air, fielder station, only for this kind of a shot. It is Yashasvi Jaiswal who does it so well, comfortably take it in the air. Ravi Bishnoi dropped a catch on the first ball, but then manages to get Asalanka. He goes for a duck. It's 158 for 4.
Kinetically,
Going back, please. Keep going back. Okay, freeze it down. Yeah. That's when he shot against the ground. I have a vision for the giant screen.
that 4 for 20. Sri Lanka losing their way. Nasun Sharanam, one of those players that Sri Lanka have who can hit a boundary, goes without facing a delivery. Yeah, Harakiri here. Don't know if the third run was required, but they did go after it. And only for Dasun Shanaka to lead without troubling the scorers in any way, shape, or form. Siraj with a clean throw after diving and stopping the ball well before boundary. He goes for 0 without placing the ball. 160 for 5.
परफेक्ट पे देना मुझे डिस्काउंट के बाद 199
Number striker of almost 147. So nowhere India is crawling back into this game. Coming to Mendes, cut back through. Oh, bit of turn and bounce. Clever bowling this from Riyan Parag. Not trying to bowl quick, trying to bowl slow through the air. And hence getting the ball grip a little bit of purchase for him. He's got a deep third man just to cover that reverse sweep that Kamindu Mendes has gone to. Ball! He gets another! Sri Lanka falling in ahead. Well, wrong option. Should have been taking the risk. But into Haskaranga. Ball turning back to him. Understand, Kamindu Mendes have been striking it well. Falling up short of batsman. The batsman got to go through as much as possible. They know how big the wicket is, and Riyan Parag from nowhere. First they're out, second introduce a bad stroke from Kamindu Mendes and gets him out. Got 12, Sri Lanka 161 for 6.
ये है क्रैक्स पिगी साइज में बिग विद यम्मी स्विस चीज
required of 20. Mahesh Deekshana is the new batter. Last 16 balls, folks. 21 runs and 5 wickets have fallen. 144 runs, Sri Lanka sitting pretty. Now it's Surya Kumar Yadav's got a slip in place too. They're still throwing the kitchen sink at it. Took every ball. Granted, they have to get these runs. But you've got to give yourself a little bit of a chance. Mahesh Deekshana isn't that much with the bat. Although we hear that he can bat a little bit. Hasaranga, it all comes down to this gentleman here. What will he be able to do? Out into the gap, just the one run. Can you believe it? Surya Kumar Yadav goes to Parag. 5 runs off it. 163 for 6.
शर्मा जी ये फॉग मार को देना फॉगी क्यों फॉग का परफ्यूम अच्छा है दमदार है लंबे समय तक चलता है स्मार्ट है फॉग स्मार्ट लोगों की पसंद दुनिया जीत के हमारे वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस आ रहे हैं सोनी स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पर वनडे से मेरे कप श्रीलंका वर्सेस इंडिया सेकंड टी20 कल शाम 6 बजे से लाइव
Dhoni Sports Network.
79, the moment he was dismissed, wicket started to tumble. Now 51 required in 3 overs. The Hasaranga is a recognized donker. That over from Riyan Parag. 2 wickets, there was a run out as well. Here's Arshdeep. He has 2 overs remaining, so that's sorted. He's an experienced death bowler. Goes really well in the in phase. Here he is. Mid on in the circle. Does he get it over? No, he doesn't. That's another wicket. Nicely judged by Parag. Shanked it completely. Got it right off the bottom of the bat with Hasaranga. And Riyan Parag covered good ground there, about 10-15 meters back. Or maybe not that much even. Judged it easy catch. He didn't have long on back, but they changed him back and sent long off and brought long on to mid on. That led to the dismissal of Hasaranga. It goes for 2. Almost dead in the water here. Sri Lanka 163 for 7.
I have fought all my life to win it. 133 साल नज़ारा
Matisha Patirana. Beaten all ends up. The first ball he faces.
Matisha Patil at number 9. That is here because Manitu Hasaranga was nicely set up by India. How often do you see on the 18th over for a decent player like Manitu Hasaranga to have mid-on in the circle? Not much. This is because India knows Hasaranga is very strong through the offside, over extra cover, over long on, drop long off back, ball long on into the circle. And the play surprised India. Brilliant by India.
Just going the right channel here. Arshdeep Singh. Riyan Parag. Last over. Mr. All ends up. Siraj here. Good dive, stop, kicked up. And a little bit of a bullet throw. And bang went Shanaka without even facing a delivery. Seemed pretty unnecessary to take on the shoulder and the arm of Mohammad Siraj. It was incredible to watch the way he got onto his feet and got rid of it. But Punt hadn't much to do. Right by the stumps, waist high. And that was the end of that. There on. Soon after coming, the Mendes fell. Yeah, who would ever think that Riyan Parag would go the game-changing over here? There's a little bit of damage that happened before that. Even this one, ball previous to this was a slow off spinner, so he backed away to try and neutralize the offside that was available to him. But Riyan Parag pushed that one through. One didn't turn, skidded on, hit the top of the off stump. And themselves in a good place here to India. Coming into the last 6 overs, requiring 13 and over, 9 wickets in hand. Sri Lanka would certainly have fancied their chances just for India to bite back strongly.
Even coming to Mendes' dismissal, the reverse sweep almost becomes a free with the ball turning away from the left-hander. Closes it down, opens up the offside, and Kamidu has to give room and miss the length. Just similar to Manitu Hasaranga. It's nicely planned out, and that's why, as I feel, every batter has been planned out properly. Change the field without runs back. And that third man comes in the circle, and Ashdeep changes angle as well, coming around the wicket.
Just the 1 run so far. Stays at 1, ends 18th. 164 for 7.
A tremendous fight back so far. Last 30 deliveries, 33 for 6. Nowhere India are fighting back. They're bossing at the moment. Required rate 25 runs needed. It's well below par effort got to be set in the last few overs by Sri Lanka. And now looking down the barrel. It was a good chase until the last 2-3 overs. 84 opening run partnership, 56 for the second wicket. Then India go bang, bang, bang. Just the 1 over from Riyan Parag. It's Siraj's turn. 25 and over required. Last 5 overs, 33 runs, 6 wickets. That's what the two teams are playing for. 3-match series. India well ahead. Or almost over the line to go 1-0 up. Mohammad Siraj. When he looked around, except for the catch that Bishnoi put down at deep mid-wicket, it was fat and hard. India's fielding has been the difference of the two teams.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think the fielding has been on point for India. They've covered ground really well, taking almost all the catches that have come their way today, and saved almost about 6 to 8 runs for us.
Add to that, Siraj has run out. The Dasun Shanaka was a wicket they would have really needed at that stage, and here once again direct hit. That would have been the end of that.
But Dasun Shanaka's dismissal was very, very important. Once he gets going, he's someone who can easily clear the bound. He's playing in his team as a finisher. No way there was a third run. There's a suicide run that they attempted, and he paid the price. And bullet throw. This is right in front of the com box. That went like a tracer bullet. Pull it down. Right over the top of the bales, and Rishabh Pant had to do the minimal job.
Yeah, and that was Shanaka's call as well. That wasn't Mindu's call.
They wouldn't have bargained for such a brilliant throw. No one else would have got it in as quickly as Siraj would have, and it was hardly thrown into the air. If there was someone standing on the 30 yard, Greg hit him on his head. That's how high the throw went. That's in Shanaka's defense. You're taking a fielder on, you know that risk, but unfortunately Siraj was too good. He was perfect. Your medicine, your own medicine. More runs here. India wouldn't mind it though. They're well in control. 4 runs to Matisha Patirana.
4 free runs here. Wasn't far away from the stumps. Teaching up, running in, hoping to change the strike. Missed by about 6 inches or so. Did a good job trying to cover up there from mid-off. Did Suryakumar Yadav. Just got his fingers to it. Ricocheted it off. His fingers went down the fork, down the long on.
Tell you what, Siraj will be very unhappy. It's against his name. Perfect Yorker. Throws at it, misses the stumps by about 6 inches, and captain does the rest.
But it was his throw after all. He's fast bowlers, I tell you, Russ.
He threw it. He had all 3 stumps to aim at.
2 fielders backing up. What happens? Rest is history.
It's a good game though. Just the last few overs that Sri Lanka have fallen away, but other than that, it's kept us on the edge of our seats. So the crowd quietly slipping away. They know what's in store. They know once the 6th wicket fell, Sri Lanka don't have much with the bat. He's chipped that in the air. No wicket for Siraj.
Siraj gets his first wicket. Getting into the deck. Patira trying to clear mid-on. In lead. Axar Patel cleaning up there. That's all but formalities from here. Threw the kitchen sink at it. Tried his best. That was an easy catch. Somewhere along the way, a top start from Sri Lanka. They lost their way. Matisha Padirana goes for 6. 170 for 8.
He's got a wicket, Siraj. He's got one more delivery left in his innings because the 20th will be bowled by Arshdeep. Top to end the 19th, 170 for 8.
The last 5 overs, 30 runs, 7 wickets. Game changing then and there. There's no way any team chasing down a big score is going to come back from that sort of effort. Burn clearly dropping down. The first 6 wickets fallen there. It's the biggest reason why Sri Lanka is collapsing, chasing this down.
Last 30 balls, 30 runs and 7 wickets. It's not going to be Arshdeep to bowl out. It's Riyan Parag who's going to have some fun. And fun he does have. He gets another wicket.
Nice little ball there from Riyan Parag. With a full length delivery. Tikshana converting it into a Yorker. And almost outside edging that ball into his stumps.
Hitting the other day, wise, they should have smashed it through extra cover. Gone for 2, Sri Lanka 170 for 9.
Another one, 3 wickets for Parag, and that's that. The game for India. They win by 43. Last 30 balls, 29 runs and 9 wickets.
A major collapse. Cannot believe Sri Lanka.
They've been really good. India, 213 on the board, and when it mattered, the bowlers and the fielders stepped up. Riyan Parag, bit of variation there. Gets Tikshana